Yes, people, hope you are well. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is a very quick one on choosing what pairs you want to trade during the markets and obviously the sessions that you trade. There's mainly 2 points regarding this one, and they are very simple for some people. For others, it's really going to help you. So the first one is obviously going to be the time you trade. So if you are a UK-based trader, euro, pound, US dollar, they are going to be your main movers during these sessions. Okay. So for me, if I was trading the London session, I'm mainly going to be looking at pound and euro. Once you start going into the US session, you're going to see a little bit more volume in pairs like, GU, US dollar yen, and things like that. If I am trading the overnight session, something that I may want to take into consideration, and I'm just going to get them up now, is if you look at, for example, the economic calendar, the main things that pop up with news overnight are Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, and Swiss franc. So if I am someone who trades an overnight session, maybe I'm from Australia or Tokyo or something like that, then realistically, I am going to want to be trading things like Swiss franc yen, Australian dollar Swiss franc, Australian dollar New Zealand dollar. The main reason being is that when I am looking at these pairs here, it is simply just a case that due to the fundamentals overnight and also the money coming in and out of the currency, this is something that I need to take into consideration because it's going to be higher for the more exotic currencies. During the London session, you mainly only ever have news for the euro, the pound, and the dollar. So overnight, you're not really going to see an influx of money coming into these currencies. Okay. Another thing that you need to take into consideration when it comes to the pairs you are trading is going to be the volume. So if I look at something like New Zealand dollar, US dollar as a whole, regardless if I'm trading it overnight or through the day, you can see that there is not loads of volume in this currency. It's quite a slow moving currency, not much happens. If I go on Australian dollar, US dollar, exactly the same. These moves aren't large. And if you're trading, the 4 hour and the daily time frame, catching moves which are going to result in TP might be a little bit harder than if you were to trade a different pair. If I look at something like Euro, Australian dollar, you can see we have large price fluctuations within the market. Now, if you are someone who trades the higher time frames, this is going to be ideal because there's more volume within the market, there are bigger moves that are happening, and therefore you are potentially going to be able to profit more from these moves. Okay, so they're the two things you need to take into consideration. The first thing is the session you are trading. We've gone over that. And the second thing is the actual volume within the market. You can see Swiss franc yen, a very good pair in all honesty. I used to trade this pair quite a lot. It's a very technically sound pair. As you can see here, if we just look at something like this, where you've got resistance, resistance, support, 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 break, retest, resistance, you can see this is a very good technical pair. The likelihood of a break, retest, to come and retest something like this is very realistic. So as well, there's different pairs. If you look at this pair as a whole on the face value of Swiss franc yen, you can see that it looks nice, it's making nice moves, and this might be a pair that you add to your watch list. If you go to NU and see this, you might go, you know what? Probably not the best pair to trade. I'm going to be waiting forever for a trade, and when the trade happens, I might not even see a move. Pairs like Australian dollar, Swiss franc, you can see Swiss franc is still a very nice mover, but you might want to wait for the overnight trades just because, as you can see here, this is the 2 a.m. candle. From 2 a.m., the volume comes into the market and then pushes over into the next day. Then through the London and New York session, you see price starts to range before then pushing again. So this is something you need to take into consideration when you are trading. If you are someone that's fairly new to your journey and you are at the minute thinking, what pairs do I need to trade? These are what you need to take into consideration. The amount of volume in your session, which is quite self-explanatory due to the actual currencies and where you are in the world. And the second thing is just looking at the currency as a whole and just realizing, you know what, this currency is quite a slow mover. Something like this, again, nice moves, nice big moves, something like this, very slow. So there's two things to take into consideration. So I just thought I'd make this a very quick video. I'm hoping a few people, mainly if you are at the start of your journey, have benefited from seeing this, and you might now go ahead, go away, and just see what you need to do. And then following that, we can obviously start to make a watch list and go from there. So any questions at all, please drop them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.